Greetings. This is Grandmaster Amin Ra coming to you live from Nairobi, Kenya. Where I have been involved in elections, uh, advanced classes, black belt meetings, and sport karate grand final tournament, all within the last 24 hours. And it's been a pretty hectic weekend, and I'm really glad that it's done. Pretty much had a I refuse to let myself uh, get upset over any part of what happened over the weekend, and some things happened we discussed them. Today's topic is Black people. Can you survive economically in modern Africa? Coming from the United States, this is a fundamental question that has to be answered. And I don't know why I thought that I would come in. Yeah, the lighting is terrible. I'm in a hotel room and they have that kind of light bulb. Oh, if I go closer, I can light myself up. Let me see. Yeah, it automatically does that. So I hope that's better. But I can understand it if you need to see my handsome face uh, rather than listen to the wording. So greetings, Bobby Digital. How are you? Desadaro Diaz. Okay, don't start off with negative, bro. The lighting. If you know this channel, we're new, and I didn't have the lights and camera and actions, and I didn't carry my portable light with me and to the trip. But I'm just noticing something like when I go up, the light automatically changes. Then when I come down, it goes out by itself. Can you see that? Damn. Okay, wait. So it's like it's adjusting itself. Anyway, that's something else I gotta look at with this laptop that I'm using. S-Man, why are you guys up so early? Can't believe it. I mean, the issue on this quick show, hopefully it's going to be quick, is can we survive economically? Now, I didn't bring any notes, so really what I want to do is kind of just give some insight into my dealings, and maybe you guys might generate some questions from that. But if you do, you have a question or something you want to discuss about, can we survive economically coming from America? And the short answer to that question is not really. Not really. Because it's when you say that the economy and the life in Africa is different than the life in America, then you'd have to actually either be trained or which one is that? Oh, that's the one. You have to be trained or go and go through and follow through until you get enough experience. And that's where we're. If you don't do that, then if you do that way, then you're going to have setbacks, failures. You have to learn by making a lot of mistakes, and I'm here to try to save a lot of you from making the same mistake. I have seen many of them being repeated over and over, wasting money, and for what? And then you smile like I had the money to waste. Nobody has that money to waste, So understanding the exchange rate and how that money translates to life in an African country, you certainly you find yourself that you can buy certain things here cheaply, and yet you'll try to strive for overspending money on lavish things in Africa, and you'll be in trouble. Also, good day, my brother. Okay, thanks. Good day is good. Yeah. Now we can get back into the other stuff. Bruna Danubian. Met me if you want, brother. That troll was bugging the other day. Yeah, that troll. Yeah, let's not talk about him because it's gonna make them slow my buffer down. Ah, what you mean I'm buffering? No way. I don't see any signs of buffering. Don't tell me. Okay. Nobody truly has money to waste. Waste money is aggravating as wasted time. Adrian money. Yeah, exactly. And coming from a brother like me who has been here 21 years and living this life in Africa, I knew that get your money situation right. And when you come over to Africa, you're going to find that there's going to be a surplus of money for a lot of you. And what you do with that surplus is really is important. You know, America is not going to live forever. If she goes into a certain crisis, there are going to be certain monies that's not going to be available. And some of you come here, you have ties in the U.S., and you find that you're not really prepared for that. And then what you're going to do? You see? So I want to discuss that. I know a lot of these things are just based on fears. And if you ask me personally, I just say it all deals with the mind. If you have a positive outlook, shit's going to be okay. You can't let yourself like, oh God, I'm down to my last 100 shillings and I don't know where the next money's coming and people are asking me to buy food and it's. I find in my age now, if you just have a positive mindset, things always work themselves out. They don't call it Mother Africa for nothing. There is property insurance industry in Kenya. Like fire, theft, disaster. There is agencies here. I've seen some of these big insurance buildings. The one big tall buildings in Kenya. They're there, but there's not a lot of fires in Kenya because most of the houses are built in stone, and theft is really very low. People rarely steal from each other. I mean, you got it, but it ain't like America where you come home and you're like, oh, your house has been broken into and you're flat. No, that ain't at epidemic levels here like it is in the United States. So you don't have to worry about drug dealers coming in, breaking into your place while you're gone. I'm saying it's not something you'd have to worry about. It might happen to you, but I mean, I rarely think that. When you move to Africa, it is best that you live as simple and positive. Okay, man, shoot, man, you need to come on here. Why am I need to give you the microphone because you're saying exactly what I'm gonna talk about. Situated, eat as a local, live cheaply. You're just talking like I was gonna say, man. Hey, man, stop giving away my plot before I give out the show, man. Eh? Let me give you that click. You guys are too fast in the chat. I'm gonna be missing some of you, so I'm gonna apologize now. Let me go down. Okay. Who's here new? Dad Dark Secret. Oh, Dad Dark Secret. Okay, smash that thumbs up. We're civilized in Africa. Yes. Yeah. Like and subscribe to the video. I keep forgetting that. Did I carry my favorite paper with me from Mombasa, or did I leave it in Mombasa? You guys are too lucky because if I left that paper, I can't hit you guys up for money, and that would be. Uh, there she is. How we support this channel? Yes, but let me work for my money first, and before I ask you guys for support. So anyway. This show I'm going to talk about the economics. Now, we have a lot of blacks that can afford to come are going to have a little bit of money, and they might be in like middle class. Although the middle class in America is like they say it's gone, and so we got a lot of brothers here that's just struggling. But back in the day, I used to get a lot of middle income brothers coming in here with money in their pocket. Once they get that exchange rate, they feel like they live. They start living large. But on my side, when I first came to Kenya in 1996, in '97, I aspired to move into a middle income neighborhood, and I found a new tract of houses that was just being built called Comarock, and it had all these houses, like an estate, like an American neighborhood. It looked just like that, and it was brand new. And they were on phase 3. They had just finished it, and then I got in there and got a 1 bedroom, yeah, 2 bedroom apartment. I mean house. I'm sorry. I rented it, and I was paying $6,000 a month, and I had bought a car. So I'm driving home from wherever to where I was, trying to adjust myself, but I was living like an American, you know. And I had my woman, and she was there. She was pregnant at the time. We had a son, and I looked at that for about 5 or 6 months. Then after that, it was like, I'm spending more money. I realized I was spending more money than I was bringing in, and as time went on, I felt like I was going to stay out, because at that time I really didn't know if I was going to stay in. What is this? Oh, stay in Kenya or not. Okay, I have to put things on charge here. So there. Good. Okay, so there was. I just can't get over that lighting. How that thing just right there. Can I? Anyway. Okay, so yeah, I didn't know if I was going to stay or not, but as I came to decide to stay longer, then I came to realize that that money was going to run out. And I had a business in the U.S., but I really messed that up because I left it in. I didn't prepare people to run it properly so that they could send me money on a regular basis. And I didn't stress that. I was like, I have my own money and everything, and then if those guys send me money, it's good. But then when it came down, I called back. Okay, guys, I need $300, from the school, and they were like, nobody had money to send me, And I was like, man. The next thing I got the word that the school had been failing, but basically, my backup income in the U.S. Failed, and so I had only my wits about me to make money in Kenya. Now, the exchange rate in Kenya is great, and you make when you exchange money, it's big. But now, when you're in Kenya and you're working for money, that money is weak. It's like somebody's going to pay me $18 an hour in Kenya in computers, and then I come here and I'm lucky to get $18 a day. And that's a 12-hour day. And then, yeah, so it's exchange rate has a good side when you first get here, but after you've been here for some time and you start working in the system of Kenya or start doing business in Kenya, you'll find that thing can be in the reverse end too. If you base so what you have to do, if you base your income in dollars, which we automatically don't do because that's what most of us, we only know dollars. You start looking at it, what you're making in Kenya, and you can be feeling that you can't make money in Kenya. You'll be feeling like that. You'll be feeling like I should go back to the U.S. where the dollar has got a power and make the dollar. But when you go to the U.S. and you work for like $18 an hour, that's not a lot of money, at all. So, but if you took that money and sent it to Kenya, now you're making big money. So it's like an investment. If you take money now that you have in the U.S. and you start sending it into Kenya, get that exchange rate, and then build you up a little nest, or you can save the money in dollars close to you at home in the U.S. and when you come, you'll have a lot of money. but definitely you have to come to realize that the exchange rate is there. It could be a good thing, and it can also be somehow detrimental to you if you don't uh, understand how African economies work as opposed to what they have in the United States. Let me see some of these. Esman Hab, make brother do no being a moderator. I don't have, I don't know him that well. Do I know him that well? Give brother the wrench. Brother Doomy is one of your faithful followers. Okay, I'm gonna add him as a moderator. Oh, I just added the wrong guy. I just added that to Clarence. Let me see. How much is that in American money? Okay, we're off now. I gotta. Uh, okay, I think that's okay. Adrian, 6,000 shillings, $59. Yeah, I paid 6,000 shillings today for rent, the same that I paid in 1996 for that 2-bedroom house. I paid 6,000 20 something years later for 1 bedroom. It's like a house, it's a duplex. So in Mombasa. So and trust me, that the rent will never be that low again. I mean, I got a deal. I made a deal, and the landlord is got some problems, so she has not been able to successfully raise the rent yet. So we'll see how that goes. But on my side, I had decided uh, that I had to live my life as a Kenyan, and I had to give up that uh, hot water from the faucet and all of those amenities that we took for granted in the United States, but most average Kenyans don't usually utilize those things. So um, that was what happened with me. Okay, let me see this. Big K, I will only move to Africa with U.S. money and investments. Okay, get enough money in dividends paying stocks. You see what you, Big K, how are the women? Okay, the women, yeah. Your stock money could be in danger with these women in Kenya, in Africa in general, because they're this big and beautiful and healthy, and they're looking for a good man. So there's a lot of competition with the women here. But okay, Grandmaster, can I sell a gram of gold in Mombasa? Um, they have gold stores. In fact, I saw one a couple of days ago. People were standing there around it. I don't know, it was outside. They had a shelf selling gold necklaces and stuff like that. So I'm sure you can find that. Any major city gonna have somewhere where you can buy and sell gold. Can you trust me, bro? I've been a moderator search for Uhuru for about 2 years. Well, you're a moderator now, so thank you. Keep me safe. Uh, Lingala Academy. Lingala Academy. Hi, bro. I discovered your channel yesterday through a video that you made, and I'm going to ask my channel since I watched your videos and subscribed to your channel. Thank you very much for that. It's too many of you people. You share math. If people come in, the rent will go up, but it will be nothing compared to what's happening at home. I can assure. How are the men? The men, Kenyan men, are not that bad. Depending on the tribe that you get, but they settle down pretty quickly, and they definitely are responsible for the children and all of that. But you treat them right, and they'll stay. It's just like a normal, like, this is my wife, and that's it. It's not like your whole life revolves around your wife. We tend to do like the whole life of the man. It's my man, and then we like circle our whole life around that. No, my wife and I, she got her life, I got my life. You see, we come down with the kids. we come together. When it comes down to taking care of the house, she's the one. If it comes down to making sure the house is got money and it is running properly, that's me. And the house is protected at night, that's me. You know, bills are paid, lights turn. I'm the one. You know, but inside the house, the furniture, cleaning, washing clothes, all that's all her. We got it all down to a system. So it's like everybody know their job. You know, so it's not like yeah, I can't say like love don't have nothing to do with it, but it ain't. It's just normal life. You know what I mean? I go out, I see a pretty woman walking down the street, I'm gonna look at her. You know what I'm saying? And I'll kill her if she did that to see some other man. But anyway, yeah, we already took care of that. That's a different video. You can get a hot water tank. I can get a hot water tank, electrical thingy like that. We use kettle. Is it kettle? I think it's a kettle, not a kettle. It's what you call that thing? I forgot what you call it. But you boil water, electric kettle, and then you boil water and pour it out like that. But I'm in Mombasa, so it's not so much need for super hot water all the time. And the weather is always good, so no need for the heat. It's less like a luxury. Alex with Matt, I'm kindly out of your view on the year of return and how is it going to profit African man? The year in return dealing in Ghana is a mistake because Ghana doesn't have enough industry to support all these. They can't get jobs for their regular people. So I don't understand why black people come in there. I mean, like people are telling me you walk around Accra, you just see black Americans walking around dazed, and running their money out, and then that's it. You know what I mean? So you got like a large group of black Americans that have come there. They're working off their pension and some security money, and they living okay. But it's like there's no business, for that. And if you don't have something where you can go and make a large sum of money in business, it's like you're gonna have trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I want an investment in Africa. What is the companies can I invest in? Yeah, okay. I told you there's the most important things are food. Everybody has to eat, transport. Everybody has to move around. So those are the two main ones. And then there are others that are specialty areas where you can get into and that branch out from those two areas, transport and food. It's like that. Now I'm here in Kenya. I was in Ruiru, and I'm telling you that place is just expanded so big. I couldn't even believe it. I mean, the super highway goes through there, and it just is just like another Nairobi. Not even like Nairobi. It's just they just developing. I can't even explain this. Like you look down there and you see all of these houses and malls and things like that. I'm like, where did they come from? Because I can remember when the super highway was put in, that used to be all farmland, but now it's like city. And I definitely, when brothers come here to Kenya, we have to go through Waru and see that town. Because I mean, I was on the freeway and looking out, and I'm like, this row after row of homes, businesses, universities, colleges. It's just amazing. So, yeah, the economy is growing. It's like madness, too fast, too many people. And then I was walking around where at the event that I was a part of, and shoot, I'm walking on the road, and I'm like, I'm far from Nairobi, but still walking on the sidewalk is just too many people back and forth. So that's the one thing I say. In Kenya, there's a lot of activity, but in Ghana, because of the situation is in Ghana, it's not. They don't have the industries. They have more industries, far more, like 3 times more. I don't know how you can, but it's far more in Nairobi. You can put up a shop in Nairobi and make money, and then grow and expand that business to something else in Nairobi. I mean, in Kenya, but in Ghana, you're gonna have a problem. Their main, I told you that in Kenya, transport and food, but there in Ghana, it's agribusiness is the biggest and best by far business that they have. Agribusiness is just fruits and vegetables, you know. So you go there and say, okay, what's the big thing in Ghana? It's agribusiness. So you're gonna sell food on the roadside, basically, and it gotta be a lot of competition for that. But in Kenya, you got a lot more, major businesses. International companies are all over this place. So yeah. Uh, Carglisto, the Somalia and Kenya battle for oil in the river, in the water. Fake news? Yeah, that's fake news. Brother Dominion, I'm serious about this thing for the long term. Yeah, get serious, but do action. If you don't do action, then you're not serious. If you don't do, I mean, if you don't have your passport and you keep driving past the goddamn post office and not pulling in there, then you're joking. You got a mental problem somewhere in your mind, and your mind is making you delay. And you keep saying, your mind is like there. Then you tell your mind, okay, in 2 years, I'm going to go. And so your mind just says, okay, fine. And then it doesn't do anything for 2 years, and you just relax. Meanwhile, you don't relax because you're still going through all of that economic oppression that America is throwing on you. Not realizing that time is wasting. Time is moving. Big K, can get your economic weight up in America first. Yeah, okay. Well, you'll be like a long time doing that if you're in America because the situation is going down for Black people. You don't have community. So when you talk about get your situation right, you're either talking about getting out of credit card debt or child support debt or whatever debt, loan debt, bank debt, and then how long can that go? So a lot of us got a lot of debt. It's not going to go away, and they're using that to trap you. So you consolidate your debt into one big payment, and then you come over to Africa, and then you somehow work until you can start working on it. Sharon, I don't know if you ever thought of this, but maybe you can have a tour of where you are at with the group 10. And okay, we've done that, and have a sit down show what you're trying to do. Yeah, okay. Now I'm around a lot of Kenyans and a lot of business people. When I was being with a business guy, oh, you guys, this chat line is too fast. I was with him today, and I'm sitting there, and he's talking about his business, and I was like, I should pull out my camera and record him for the show. But I felt in kind of, like I had to get his permission. I don't know if I feel comfortable. I've been knowing this guy for like damn near 19, 20 years. And I didn't know how you feel about it. So I have to get over that, if I'm a base on this show. But it's up to you guys, if this show became like super supported, then hell, I'll be carrying my interviews everywhere I go. So this is how you support this channel. You go to worldremit.com, and this is the phone number, and here is my lovely wife Eva's name, the way they want it spelled correctly. And we don't deal with Patreon here, or we don't deal with Super Chat. And this is how we do it. Now, I want to tell you guys, I did a video the other day from my front yard, and guys really were supportive. I want to thank William Jenkins for his support. Dorante twice. I know he sent that second money because he wants me to buy that booster. And Dante, Duran, I'm going to buy the booster with that money that you sent on the second time around. Adrian, Monette, Andrea. No, Adrina. Fantastic. Oh, there goes the line. Let me see if this is gonna work. Yeah. Okay, the line is starting to act up. Joseph Omolo, Brian, for the super chat. But if we, in order for us to keep this going, we really have to have the channel be supported by you guys. And I want to thank you guys for the support you put out there. So, but we're always looking for new people to support the channel. So please, if you've never supported before, we don't have super chat access, and we don't have Patreon, because I'm way over here in Africa, and it's not as easy as it looks when you come in Africa. Because they'll tell you everything has to have an American bank. They don't want you pulling out money directly out of the United States into an African country or anywhere outside of it. You're taking the actual dollars in America, and where you pay all those taxes and keep the American running. But now you're gonna pull actual money out and then send it to another place. Uh, they try to block all those avenues. So let me see. I didn't know if you ever thought, yeah. True. I mean, is there a need for business like laundromats and car washes in Nairobi and Mombasa? Laundromats and car washes, not like like 6, 8 years ago. Laundromat, no, because education in the primary level was not free, and they would charge you. But since then, the government has made free education, so a lot of these young, poor African girls go on and get education, go to school, as opposed to that coming and walking around asking you, can they wash your clothes for you? So I see the transition. Getting house help is not as easy as it used to be, and therefore, in maybe another 5, 10 years, this laundromat idea might be might work. Car washes are here all over the place. They and you know, uh, yeah, they're pretty always. I mean, I guess they're always busy because every time, I mean, when I'm passing, I see them washing cars and Nissans. So yeah, you see now, if you want to come with money and open up a car wash, then hire a couple of locals to do the job. That can be done. That's no doubt. Uh, Alex Whitman, Amen, thanks for the response to the first message. I will like to know something about how valuable is education as compared to those developing countries we are competing with. One thing about Kenya is that they're serious about education, and there's a lot of money, and there's billions and billions of shillings that are spent as far as education is concerned. People don't realize the majority of the Kenyan budget goes towards education, as opposed to military. I think military is a close second, or maybe they're neck and neck, but definitely a big chunk of money goes out to pay for the teachers in all these schools, and uh, Kenyans are serious about educating their children, and families here. I was talking to one guy tonight, and he was saying how he had to, his family had got together and they wanted to take his younger brother to uh, he was in day school, and then they wanted to put him in boarding school, and they said every family member had to pay 10,000 shillings, and he was like, yeah, I had to pay, and I like that. So education is a big thing here. Books, the government, I don't know what government got a lot of money. They started giving out free books to the students in their primary schools, but you have to remember that there are private schools and there are public schools. And Kenyans love education for their children, so that really the private school industry is there. It's pretty big, but it's a bit flooded. And now that education is free, there's a big need to compete. There is uh, a solo vogue. This is straight fact. Yeah, okay. Must download the app to complete the monitor. Thank you, Clarence. For all right, so that's what you guys do, huh? Wow, thanks. I always see photos and images of all the construction going on in Africa, and I wonder how much is owned by Black Africans and how much is owned by white Europeans and white. Okay, that's also old news about the whites running. That's the colonial days are long gone. A lot of Black people are running their own businesses and building these things up. They're coming out of these universities, they're struggling, and then they're looking at these YouTube videos, and then they're becoming successful. This is a transition. It's not like it was in the back in the day. Whites are gone. Whites aren't running around in Africa. And if they did, I'm telling you, Africans don't joke. You're not gonna hear about this in the news. But if a white man come and open up a business and it's successful, there's gonna be Kenyans and people around him that's gonna see that and they're gonna mimic it. I mean, it ain't the level where African comes in and buys him out. No, some white people, but you see, white people have like a big supply of money. They don't choose to do that in Africa because they can't really live here comfortably because they'd be like a minority. You know, black people, we live like minorities in America, and you feel like you're comfortable, but you know that shit ain't right. You know, walking around, people looking at you everywhere you go, and then you go watching the TV, and then they got some buck dancing black guy that watching that show, and you go to work, and your Mexican coworkers is looking at you like that's how really black is. That really how black people are, and you supposed to define that? No. So whites coming to Africa, nah, not to stay. Anyway, you have been. Oh, somebody has sent. Let me see. I want to show you guys how great it is if you can support. I don't know. Let me not. Look at it. This and is this thing? Okay, Cornelius. Thank you, bro. Cornelius has just supported the channel just now. I know you're out there. I don't see you in the chat area, but anyways, appreciate that. You see, we don't need to have the white man's super chat and all those things where they take the money out of my taxes. I mean, you know, charge me in taxes and stuff like that. We can do it directly here. She should feel good that this money that this guy sent, it's not like a lot of money, but I'm saying it becomes big money here when you send that, you know, $5 or $10, it becomes serious money here, and that's why I'm saying we got to find a way to utilize this money. And I'm going to get the booster, and I'm going to create the website when I get back to Mombasa tomorrow night. So thanks for that, Cornelius, Jerome, Disha. I'm trying to duck that name, Disha. And so who's next? It's so simple. Support the channel. I'm gonna give you this information. Get on the chat line, ask those important questions, and that's what I'm here for. That's why these shows last so long. We're already 30 minutes into. How is the process of getting a business license for foreign? Okay, they really made it simple to get business license. In fact, you can go online right now to ecitizen.co.ke and register a business from America with your passport or your driver. I think you need a passport. Yeah, and then you can have a business here. And later down the line, we could be doing shows on that process. So very easy. A lot of modern African countries are making it easy for foreigners to invest in the country. They have seen the light on that, and they're there. So yeah, I think it's less than a day in Kenya. Something I always see photo. Okay, images of construction. World Remit as an app. Okay. Oh, I'm way down here. Let me see. I downloaded the app, and then I'm disappeared. Okay. I'm not gone. I love Rwanda and will be returning in a few years. Make sure you get your money situation right wherever you go. And all the cameras in the cities are focused on black people. So you're walking down the street and the camera starts moving around where you move, huh? And if you jaywalk, it's like 5 police cars come swoop down on you. We got you, nigga, now. Oh, it's terrible. Thank God I don't have to stay there and deal with that stuff. Anyway, no, there ain't nothing like that happening in Africa. Are people talking, Yayo Z, are people talking about the free trade agreement and what's coming next year? Okay, I'm not seeing a lot of information. It's somebody else. William Jenkins. Wow. Is that just now? Wow. Thank you, sir. William Jenkins just supported the channel. And please give me a question, man. Man, that's fantastic. What was I saying? Cameras. Oh, that was funny. The cameras is chasing you. The free African agreement will be back in Angola next year. People don't talk about it over there. Yeah, I don't see a lot of talk about it. I keep searching for it, but they say it's going through the process now. And the detractors about they say the Africans talk a lot, then they don't follow through. But this has been ratified. this agreement has been ratified, so it's like it's gotta happen. You know what I mean? They're taking it's like they're doing like the Chinese do. They like everybody signed off on it, and it has to happen. So the wheels have not stopped turning. Right now, they say it's going to be operational next year in July. So right now they're going through all the steps. These borders are no joke, man. You gotta get a lot of things happening. So let's just give them to July next year and see if what happens. I'm sure you come up with a big announcement. Um, Madam Chabui, I think her name was Chabui, from the AU lady that was supposed to be. They said she was sacked, but she wasn't sacked. She was a big champion to let everybody know about the African Free Trade Agreement, and we do talk about it on the Black Man's Guide on Facebook. When I get new information, I will post it on the Black Man's Guide on the Facebook. Dollar Bill, I just sent you another super chat and my government name. Oh, your government name. So I shouldn't say what the government name is. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Make sure you guys let me know if you don't want your name on the announced when you send something. Uh, yeah, we got to find a way so you can send incognito. Make your website before the new year. I heard your YouTube is getting ready to take out a lot of YouTubers. Yeah, I saw that thing that they was talking about. If you don't have content that makes them money, they can get rid of you. But when they were brought to point on that, they said that, no, it was nothing. But we'll have to wait and see. Is learning Swahili a good investment? I was in a game today, and I don't speak Swahili so well, and and the guys were speaking in Swahili Shangy like, and they were talking about money that might have been embezzled, and it went all past my head, and here I am, I'm running for the same office where this money has been embezzled, supposedly, and I was left out of the loop. Now I can normally just get somebody, hey, translate, but right then to that, I was like, man, it would have been better if I had beefed up my Swahili. But in the actuality, I really don't need it because most people, I'm in Nairobi. So, but when I go home to Mombasa, most people who know me, they just automatically speak. You can't even feel the difference. You just, like I said, my kids that go in the living room and talk to their mom in Swahili can come to me. I'm in the bedroom. They might come to me and then speak English just like that because they just know. So as far as an investment is concerned, I don't see like that. Swahili is taught in every school. It's a mandatory language. Brother Doobie and you will have to leave the chat room to go down an app. Okay. Yes, I'm talking about America. Okay. December the 10th. I don't know what that date is. It's easy to cost effective and import construction and manufacturing materials to Kenya. Now, there is an influx of this equipment in the U.S. and it's being auctioned off for dirt cheap. Now, if you can find an auction where because America is dying out, that means a lot of equipment is being idle. A lot of cars are not being used, but the problem is America's left-hand drive, right-hand drive, so it's a mistake. But there's a lot of people that make money selling cars, working as a middleman in businesses. Some of us are, survive. Some of us are in that middleman business. It can work well in Kenya, definitely. But you see, if it was in Ghana, you have a problem because it's not so much business there. Well, you guys are too fast in this chat room. December 10th is the date of the YouTube crackdown, not next year. Oh, okay. I'm going to look into that and see what that's going to be about. But our channel surely can't last forever with what we're talking about because we're talking about moving your economics out of America and bringing them to Africa. And, Negroes, house Negroes in the United States are not for that. And if you look at all of what goes on in Africa with the Boy Slidell's, Dr. Anderson, Tony Creek, and all these guys, they're all about staying in America. They're not telling you go leave America and that that's your fortunes will grow. But I'm here to tell you and give you a living example of it is very much possible. What the hell are you waiting for? You see what I'm saying? But I can understand it's a life-changing experience. And one of the problems is the economics in Africa are different than they are in America. And here, once you can adjust yourself to the economic lifestyle, hey, you're great. Like if I say my rent is only $60, and people are like, what? You know, must be living in a hut. No, I live in a very nice place, and but I live where all Kenyans are. You know what I'm saying? Like people that saw me from the Phil Scott show, Phil was in Nyali where there was just white people everywhere. You know, all the rich people, all the white people, they want that type of lifestyle. So they live in that area where that lifestyle is. It's like, you move out of America and then but you want to live in Africa, but you want to live the same way you was in America. You know what I mean? Well, yeah. Well, Kenya and most African countries, they got that for you. They got an area for you. And when you go buy a cup of coffee, it's going to cost you the same amount that you paid in America. When you go down to the supermarket, you go find the food that you like, it's going to cost you the same amount that it was in America. But I live amongst Kenyans. The food is different. The food is a lot cheaper. The area is not like everything is completely paved road, not like, wherever you go. No, it's not like that. But everybody's the same there. So you get that kind of Kenyan love, and you don't really stand out, and that's what I love about it. And I said, look, hey, when I look at the amount of money that I save, and considering the things that I have went through here, yes, definitely, this is the life for me. I see my kids playing with the other kids, and it's all good. If I was raising them in Unyali, then they would be having white friends, and maybe some Arab friends that they would talk to when they was kids. But that shit ain't gonna go nowhere, because when they grow up, they're gonna separate. They're not gonna live together. Arabs are not gonna marry you. So I don't even see where we come into being mixed in with all of that. You know what I'm saying? But if you want that lifestyle, it's there, and there's a lot of Black Americans that's there, living in that kind of area, paying. I pay $6,000, and they're paying 10 times that much. I pay rent for $6,000. Some of them are paying $60,000, $50,000 a month for rent. It's just, I went to a brother's house, and then he was like, take me out to his balcony, and he said, look at the view. And I'm like, yeah, I look at that view, and I'm gonna pay $40,000, $50,000 extra dollars a month for that view. Okay, not me. I rent $720. That's cheap for America. Yeah, that's cheap. But that I'm talking about. I pay 6,000 shillings, and you're talking $720. So you're looking at you're paying I'm paying 6,000, and you're paying 73,000 a month in Kenyan money terms. Kenyan 6,000 or 720. I don't know. Is it a one bedroom? What's that for? 720, and probably mine has probably got more amenities than yours for the same amount of money. But I'm saying this is one of the beautiful things when you come to Africa and you search around, you're going to be able to realize all these things. And on top of that, the great weather also. Yeah, the wages, and this is another thing we don't talk about. Thank you. Our wages are not keeping up with the cost of living. I told you, gas is up 3 times. College education is up 3 times. Buy a new car, that's up 4 times. Taking your kids to daycare, that's up 3 times. But you're 300%. I'm saying three times, 300% in the last 20 years. But your income hasn't only raised 6% in the same amount of time. So in America, you're getting poorer and poorer. And then that's what prompts them to tell you that the next generation is going to be poorer than your parents, because they're not giving us those great jobs like they gave our grandparents, their parents and grandparents. They're giving away part-time jobs now, so they don't have to pay you those pensions. And then telling you, using a computer to track your part-time job, they call you in the middle of the night. Oh, you got to be to work in like 6 hours, and you rushing to do that kind of stuff. It's crazy. The best years of your life struggling like that. Better come to Africa. Take your time, adjust yourself, and live a lot happier and healthier life without all that got blessed stress, and then having to deal with racism on top of everything else. So that's what I'm saying. The Dark Spirit Peace family. Dark Spear. Hey, okay. There's another Dark somebody Spear here in the chat room. But that's what I wanted to say. Okay, so using a one bedroom. Yeah, mine is a one bedroom also. But our living room, we make that into a bedroom. So that's just an African thing. And that also saves me a lot of money. But I'm not one for a lot of lavish things. And then I know it's unfair because I'm 60. And if you probably saw me like 10 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I was living large. At the time, anyway, that's a different story. But yeah, uh, I have adjusted myself, and I'm much better off for that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a long drop. My income would have to like seriously drop far before it start affecting me, affecting my ability not to be able to pay my rent and things like that. And when you come here, if some of you, if you don't want to try to do it yourself, you can get with me, and I'm gonna be able to show you that lifestyle. And of course, when you see it the first time, I'm not gonna have a problem. You're gonna tell me, "Nah, man, I can't. This is too much. This is too low for me." I'm saying, yeah, you're gonna think like that. But after living and dealing with people and learning about the people, you'll see where uh, it makes sense. I wish I had half of 500K to get that action going. Uh, Taking your money and invested in Africa, like when you guys send to World Remit, hmm? When you send here, I'm gonna have to put that in. Somebody type that in the chat line for me, if you can. So somebody, when you do that, I'm taking your money and I'm investing it. We're looking for a camp space where we can have a like a. I have to find another name for it, but it's like a go-to point. Uh, like an area where African Americans can know they can go if something happens to them while they're in Africa, while they're in Kenya. There's a place you can go and you can stay, and everybody's going to take you, get you on your feet, give you the right information. It's going to be an information center, and it's a long way off, but I'm saying we're moving towards something. We're not just sitting here giving you the latest news on Colin Kaepernick and P Diddy, what P Diddy said, what Byron Allen is going on the tour of all the channels, and now people are talking about Byron. Byron's married to a white woman, and he ain't gonna give you none of his billions. He done straight said that. So why you making him in the news? You know, and Trump. We talk about every president. You know what I mean? Get out of the politics. That stuff is not gonna make your life an easier life. Because after you finish watching CNN and you got to live from the TV, you got to get into the reality of life. I mean, it's nothing worse than watching CNN for like an hour, then turn the TV off and then go to work. You just wasted an hour of time for nothing, you know. And that's the whole. We're having disconnection. But okay. I see it's raining here, so I'm gonna take that as a cue. Adrian Moreno, they fired Gabrielle Union from America's Got Talent for calling out racism, especially some. Our numbers, black people's numbers, are reducing in America, so you're gonna get a lot of this disrespect. We don't have communities. Most blacks are outside of Harlem. You don't understand how that is, what that means. You see, you have no place that you can unify yourself to support your people. So what they might tell you to do is don't look at color. Don't look at it like you're black. Just be like an American. Just consider yourself American. Don't say black at all. Everybody's just everybody. But that's not what everybody else is doing. The Asians are not coming into black stores and saying, "Oh, I don't care if it's a black store." White people ain't going into investing in black businesses saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter as long if a business is a business." No, it's only us that's being fooled by that nonsense. and we walk into their, they Walmarts and make them rich. You see, so that's the trick of it. They're not playing by the rules as far as economics are concerned, as far as business are concerned. They know that they can keep their foot on your neck as long as they don't give you a lot of major opportunities to make money. Then they put Byron Allen on TV. Tone talks about he's a billionaire, and he's nowhere near a billionaire. They say Oprah Winfrey is worth $1 billion. Is a billionaire. She's not a billionaire. Billionaire is like you got money, billions to spend. If you did what the Fortune magazine does is they take all the assets of the black person, add them, they make their own addition and say, okay, that's $1 billion. She got a studio. What's the top price for that studio? Oh, like 50 million, 60 billion. They make up all of that to make it up, make the numbers crunch. And then they go on TV and try to justify that that's the truth. Michael Jordan is worth billions. It's nonsense. You can. Michael Jordan's worth $1 billion. You can be too. Be like Mike. Shoot. That's just nonsense. That's all I can say about that. You guys are making me wear glasses too much with this chat. Adrian Morning, exactly, you're right. Yeah. Hamilton, Chris, man, listen, I'm checking you out on Facebook. I hear you, and I really, you try to call me, and I'm gonna call you. But I'm in Nairobi now, so I don't know how. I feel like when I finish this, I'm going to bed. But 8 hours from now, I'll be woke. So we got to hook up on Facebook. Big K, thanks for okay. Thank you again for that, Adrian. Yeah. So Big K, start today, bro. Make a plan and execute. I'm 53, and I have 2 years left. Okay, I don't know what the 2 years left, but when you talk about make a plan, you're talking about saving money, but we're broke, so we don't have money to save. So what's the next? What can we do? Okay, you have to get here. You see, when you're in a situation where you don't have no out except you got to pay bills, then you have nothing. That's why I wish we had this camp, because then you could just come and just be here. You know what I'm saying? Smell the air, walk around, and that will motivate you now to say, okay, I want to stay here. This is where I want to live. And now how can I do it? And that place can be there for you. And then the people that are on the outside that want to come, they can see you. They can be on the videos, and then they can support that little small camp, not a big camp, but a camp that is just enough for somebody to have a bed, get food if it's like that, and get keep on dropping information. There's some people that want to invest in an African country, but you don't know who to trust. So you can take a family member, from like 5 of you get together and make a group. Then you guys agree to pay $100 each every month, and then send one of the group members to Africa and say he's got 1 month to come up with a business model. And he surveys. He comes here, he surveys around, finds out what's going to be doing. He starts a business. And let me see, was only on 500. Okay, and. Then another one of the group members comes, just like that. It can work. I have over 10K saved. That's too much money. You're gonna blow that on women on your first day here, bro. You better be careful how much money when you get here. Transfer that money into Kenyan money. You'd be like, oh, see, it'll make you change. I seen a guy here went and bought a 4-bedroom apartment for $100,000 a month. It didn't have furniture. Stayed there for 3 months. Started complaining about the elevator, and that's why he left. No, he left because he had no money. He spent all his money on that thing and just bring over 2 or 3 women and try to be impress them. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, his excuse was, he was in an accident, and I think he got some insurance money. And he was like, something in my brain, and I could die any day, so let me live my life, But that, that's just kind of silly. So he came here, he started disrespecting the African women, thinking that they're gonna fall and beg for him when he get down in front of him on their hands and knees when they see he has money. And when it didn't happen, he got upset and left and went back to the Philippines. This brother is tripping. Talking about this Philippine lady loves him. not like these African women. You can't come and disrespect an African woman like that. They say they got their own country too. Can't just be thinking like they're gonna run over you for money. They'll run over you, take your money from you. Trust me, I can tell you. Uh, Big K, look into the dividend aristocrats. They are big companies. Oh, you never nope me. I'm cheap. Okay, stay cheap, bro. That's what I'm saying. When you come here, it's the way you want to live your life. Okay, so on my side, I have several different people now call them streams of income. But make no mistake about it. When the people telling you get more streams of income, get more streams. Of it. You got to feed those beasts. You can't just have a stream of income and it just starts giving you money and you don't do nothing with it. I can't just open up a supermarket and then it starts sending me money and then I don't, stock the shelves. I don't watch my employees, make sure they don't steal from the cash register. Count my stock, find out what new products that people want. You got to keep on working in each of those streams, and it can become challenging, But for you young healthy brothers, yeah, I'm here to tell you can have different type of businesses in Kenya, and you can run them. Now I'm here. I'm exhausted. I came in on Saturday night. I came in Saturday morning. On Saturday evening, I had to give an advanced class. Then after that, I had a meeting because to deal with the trip that's coming in 2020. All the black belts came. I was up. Then we started hanging out till 2:00 in the morning, cracking jokes and laughing about the old days. Then I had to get up early in the morning and campaign for a position in chairmanship. And shoot, it's like, I shouldn't have did that last night. But I didn't bring the drinks. Somebody brought the drinks, and so they was talking, and I was enjoying myself. And it was one of the great things about being in Africa. Then we left that venue. My hotel is like in walking distance, so I just walked back here, crashed out, and then I'm here today. So I'm gonna stay an extra day, and try to connect with my son tomorrow. He's here visiting with his mom. So I don't know if that's going to help you guys understand a little bit of what goes on with me, but yeah, all of that is possible without having to deal with racism, and it's just too crazy. The business is just off the chain. I try to give a video of. I'm not good at uploading videos so much, but I'll get better. I promise you, since you guys are supporting the channel. I'm not. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to take a video tomorrow and just let you see the busyness, because I'm gonna be here on a Monday morning, and you can just see how busy Kenya is in Nairobi. And right now, you can go outside and take a video of what people moving and going to work. It looked just like Harlem in the 1920s. Everybody's busy. Everybody's working. All the businesses are owned by blacks. It's what we really was proud of about Harlem. If you ever go to get a chance to read the story about Harlem, they have a movie called Bugsy. What's his name? Bootsy. That guy, and they're talking about Harlem and the numbers racket and all that, and they made so much money. Now Nairobi is far bigger than could be, and then it was like everybody was black, and here it's that way now. Harlem ain't black anymore. Oh, you guys are too fast. Oh, you guys are talking with yourselves too. Also, that's great. Okay, so okay, big yes. Appreciate it, fam. Big okay, thank you. That's the way it's supposed to be. Yes, it's supposed to be like that. I see you in there, Creed. You start talking. This is the way it's supposed to be, and it is the way it is. You just got to get out that stigma of the U.S. Okay, some of you come here and you're not sure, but just come at the uncertainty. My goodness, you guys are Black Americans. Do you know how we was surviving the slave trade, surviving that trip across the ocean, surviving them whipping us, selling us off, cutting off our names, calling, making us work in the fields from 6 days a week, sun up to sundown, and then, and then from there, Jim Crowism, they lock us up in chain gangs, and we will survive all of that. And you can't try to tell me you can't come to, you're afraid to come to Africa? Joking. They got your mind twisted, man. I'm telling you, you cannot fail like they show you on TV. Boom, yeah. Bumpy Johnson, yeah, thank you. It was Bumpy Johnson. Yeah, if you go look at him now, you see the whole that time the Bumpy Jackson story is going on. It's all black in Harlem, as they keep telling you, and that ain't a large place. When whites was trying to take over, but the blacks just said, we're gonna do our own thing. See, but in Kenya, whites ain't got a chance. I'm telling you, they ain't running controlling nothing. And Kenyans, I don't know why they don't talk about it, but if like even me, sometimes I get checked because I'm a foreigner. People say, "Oh, is that guy?" I'm in Rock. Who's that? But then after you say, when somebody tell them, "Oh, the guy's been here for 20 years," and then they say, "Oh, that guy's a Kenyan." Okay, they just let me go. You see, what's your wife's name? What's Evalyne Awuor? And they're like, you just Kenyan. Yeah, I say, hey, yeah, my kids are Kenyan, and I'm left alone. So a white guy, he ain't got a chance here in Kenya. That ain't happening. Colonization is not ever going to happen again. Quiet as it's kept, there is not one white person in government. And it's not like that because it was an accident. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to talk about it, but it's just like, look at the situation. Black run things. There ain't no Arabs in government. Okay, some coastal black Arabs, but I mean like complete Abdallah or somebody. No, ain't no Indians running around got their whole section of government. It's not like that. They might have one or two. I've never seen that, so I'm just saying they ain't got no power here. If you have WhatsApp, give me a because most Kenyans and here, I don't want this channel. I don't see like the channel is supposed to grow big, and I might be talking. I think people want to get in. They want entertainment about the latest thing that's happening out there in America. Okay, I could do a couple of those shows, but we have enough of those shows. But here is a show where I'm saying, look, get on the chat line, ask me a question, I'm gonna help you. So today's topic is, can you survive in Kenya? Coming from a Black American coming into the economy of Kenya, and I'm telling you, you're gonna have a little problem, okay? Because the lifestyles are different, but they have in Kenya where you can live any kind of lifestyle you want is available here in Kenya. If you wanted to live in a rich apartment on the beach, they got beautiful, beautiful apartments all along the beach. Luxury apartments, that's where I want to end up one day. When I don't want to have no farm at the end of my old days. I want to live in a beautiful luxury apartment, maybe near the beach, and I had a chance. That's nothing. I'm here on the ground to tell you, a lot of these churches are failing. The memberships is really low. I think it was like last time I checked, it was like at 50% levels. I have churches all around where I stay. I go around there, and it's like these guys have learned how to use these microphones to talk loud. But when you go in the church, actually look inside, it's like few people. And mega churches are coming up because the smaller churches are not able to survive. So that's what makes these mega churches come up. The Kenyans actually end up getting into the mega church because their small churches are no longer, economically happening. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you see. As far as the Jesus story is concerned, no. These WhatsApp groups, if you people in America don't understand WhatsApp, Kenyans have their own WhatsApp given the church, and that's the transition that's going on here in Kenya. Please, no dinosaurs. Okay, I don't know what that means. You gotta help me out. Evalyne, the queen of the channel, is inside. Hey, brother, there. I'm you from what temp? I don't understand that. Black American Television News and Information. I want to start a network. What steps do I need to take to start a network? Well, you have to do a prescription, and I'm gonna have to cut this channel off because And you guys, too many of you, too many of you in the channel. Okay, the channel is going in and out again. Yes. Hey, I'm talking to you. I think there's something. The channel is freezing. We're gonna have to cut this off. So as far as the channel television things concerned, I think a lot of it is going to go towards the networking of internet, and these internet television stations is going to take place and take control of it. But the big money is. This channel is dying out now. Evalyne, I'm gonna have to get off the line because the channel is going in and out. But anyway, if you guys like the content that we have for you, please hook us up here. Be one of our supporters. This is how we do it here in Africa. I'm not going to hardly have a bank account in America so they can. Andrea Monique, I'm sorry, and Brian Gully and Jacob Omoli and Cornelius for your super chats today. African super chat style to worldremit.com. The channel is going in and out, so video when you can. And tomorrow I'll be back again, and we'll do another video because I want Evalyne to be on there. Hey, see, she's good at that. Uh, so, like I said, we're going to have. I'm going to open up a website, and we're going to have our own website from this channel. So, if anything happens to YouTube, we can. But I've heard pastors say shady things about Africa. So these churches are as trash as the government. Uh, I'm like, yeah, okay, Adriana, and you're one of my supporters. I just mentioned you. Thank you for the super chat, for the supporting of the channel. You have to come here, Adriana. You have to come here and see for yourself. That's the majority of kids are not kindergarten up until you get out of school. So that is part of the curriculum. So it's in you. But like a lot of things, when you get when you become an adult, a lot of Kenyans are going through that right now. When they go outside of what Kenya has educated them, this new group of people that have connection to social media are going outside of Kenya for information, and it's amazing what you find. I have my kids doing it now. Okay. Uh, Okay, take care, brother Alvin Rod. Okay, I don't know that much about you, honey. You gotta give me some more 411 on you, so I can know so I can know how I can talk to you. You know, what type of food did you eat when you was in your African household? Well, that's another channel. So anyway, I want to get off the channel now. Thank you guys for staying with me. Let's meet tomorrow. Until we meet again, peace. Peace, peace, peace.